Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'll be giving you my review of the movie Soul. It came out December 25th on Disney Plus. I know I'm a little bit late, but I finally got a chance to go and watch it. So I usually give you guys the good parts of the movie and then the not so good parts of the movie. And then I will give you my conclusion. Let's get started. If I had to describe this movie in one word, it will be heartfelt. So that's a good thing. As far as animation goes, the facial expressions are incredible. There were times that I forgot I was watching an animated movie. It was crazy. The details, it felt so realistic. Like New York looked beautiful and also looked grimy, like New York type of grimy. If you watch it, you know, there's a scene on the subway. So they still show that edge that New York has. It made me miss going to jazz clubs to listen to live jazz, like jazz nightclubs, like the ones underground in New York. So it really made me miss that. There are pictures in the dressing room. And I looked at one picture, I was like, I recognize that person. And then I was like, wait, and I paused it. I was like, that's Nina Simone. And then so I was like, let me look at all the pictures. So I kept pausing on the pictures, like, that's Duke Ellington. So just the details that they put into that, I really appreciate it. Another good thing, the piano solos. The piano solos were magical. And I looked it up who did them, and someone called John Baptiste. And speaking of music, the score, Trent Reznor does it again. Usually it's Trent and Atticus, which is his partner on composing. Trent is the one holding the Oscars. It's really interesting to see because when I can't remember what movie was that I saw the credits rolling and then the score, it was Trent Reznor, and I was like, Trent Reznor. And then it clicked in my head, he's a front man of Nine Inch Nails. I know a lot of you youngsters don't know who Nine Inch Nails is. Let me educate you. Nine Inch Nails, it's a hardcore like rock band. I remember one of their most famous songs is I Wanna F you like an animal, I wanna feel you from the inside. So for Trent to go from I wanna F you like an animal to doing Disney scores, it's amazing. It just shows how talented this man is. Let's talk about the cast. I only have two highlights. And by the way, going into this movie, as far as the voices go, I only knew Jamie Foxx was playing the main character. So my highlights are 22. You know, the blob with no purpose in life. I couldn't recognize the voice. So after I finished the movie, I looked up the cast and it's Tina Fey. I was very surprised because Tina Fey, she has a very recognizable voice. And the barbershop scene where she goes, well, she's in the man's body and she starts to have all this like philosophical astro spiritual talk, and then when she experienced the little things in life that we take it for granted, don't we? Taking a hot shower and she's like, ouch, this water hurts. Or the smell and taste of things when she smells pizza and she tastes the pizza. So I thought that was cute too. But my favorite was Terry the accountant. Terry was so funny, just a little maneuverisms, you know, and the pointy nose and I could tell it was a New Zealand, maybe Scottish accent. So the actress, it's Rachel House. The only thing that I know about her is that she was in Penguin Bloom movie with Naomi Watts. It's on Netflix. Terry was like that kind of funny that's very subtle. I think Terry should have a little spin-off. You know, sometimes Pixar does little shorts at the beginning of some movies. I think Terry the accountant should have his own little short. All right, so now the parts that were, that made me not love the movie. I really liked it, but I didn't love it. I didn't cry. Sorry, I did not cry. Maybe I'm heartless, maybe I need therapy, because everyone that saw this movie, apparently everyone cries. Either tear up, share one tear, or full-on cry. This one didn't. But I've been saying this for a long time, that I think Pixar is emotionally manipulative. They know how to pull people's heartstrings. And now I think they do it on purpose for the emotional effect, to get that tear out of people. I think it started maybe with Up. I actually thought the first 30 minutes when they're in the U seminar, pretty boring. The blobs in itself, like the cartoons of the blobs, they weren't very interesting. And not in personality wise, but it looks wise. And going from the animation of the real people in New York being so beautiful and detailed, to a blob, to a blue blob, and then still talking about blobs. It was, and I should have put this on my good list. Because when Disney started putting out animated movies with the main character being a Black character, it really wasn't. If you look, okay, Princess and the Frog, it was a frog most of the movie. Spies in the Sky with Will Smith, he was a bird most of the movie. So it was really nice to see here the commitment that they had to put the main character in their own proud, like, Black skin through the whole movie, instead of like a blue blob with a hat on, you know, walking around New York City. As far as the story goes, that was another bit of a disappointment for me, because pretty quickly I felt like I knew where the story was going. I thought about another Pixar movie, which I love. I think it's probably my favorite Pixar movie, Coco. Coco was full of surprises, and so I felt, and not at the end of the movie, but mid-movie, I was like, okay, I know where this is going. And speaking of Coco, I think that Coco, it's timeless. I don't think so will be. After they win the Oscars, not a lot of people will talk about it. I feel so bad saying that about a movie, like, oh, this movie will be forgotten. And then at some point, I felt like this movie isn't for kids. Going back to the barbershop where, you know, 22 was in the body of, man, I'm having a brain fart, of Jamie Foxx's character. Was it Joe? Getting his haircut, and 22 starts going about, you know, meaning of life, philosophy, and this and this and that. And me, like, at some point I was watching, it's like, huh? Imagine like a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old watching this. They're like, Mommy, what did the man just said? Do you think a 5-year-old is watching this movie and it's like, I need to find my purpose today? No, they're not. Do you think a 6-year-old, maybe a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old, but like little kids, I'm gonna live my life to the fullest? No, they just want their chicken nuggets and their Cheerios and play outside with their friends. So my humble conclusion is, like I said, I liked it, I didn't love it. And maybe because I watched it so late in the game, my expectations were like, phew, phew. And then they ended up being like, meh, meh. I had a friend saying that she cried, and I was like, oh my gosh, the Pixar movie, of course you cried. So this is my review for Soul. It's streaming now on Disney+. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell, the notification button, so you don't miss any future videos. I'm hoping to do more reviews within this week, and I hope you join me. Bye guys!